Hey guys, I just wanted to come back and say, oh God, it's so good. All right, so my last post, it was drama with my middle child. My husband had to take him to the doctor this morning because my brother couldn't breathe. Yes, that is. If that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. So anyway, I feel like I'm showing a little bit too much. So anyway, my husband took him to the doctor this morning, and you know, I don't know. We're what you would call weird people. I'm sure any other mother would be like, no, child, I'm gonna go with my baby. I'm gonna be right there with him, dude. You know, and that's great. If that's you, that's great. That's not me, not anymore, because I had to learn my place, quote unquote, my place. I don't mean my place as a woman. I mean my place, because I don't understand what is that about anyway. Whatever. Another teaching. So anyway, yeah, I'll get to that one day. But in my family, I have to be in a place of peace. I have to stay in a place of peace, because when I don't, it affects the rest of the family. When I get all up in my emotions and crazy and stuff like that, I'm not talking about that hormonal stuff that kicks in every, once every 3-4 weeks. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you allow the enemy to shake you, okay? When you allow him to dictate what's going to happen in your life, in your house, at your job, all that kind of stuff. No, I have to stay at a place of peace. So certain things that other moms would do, I ain't doing that. And it's okay. If you do that and you can stay in a place of peace while you do that, then you do it. I'm not saying that you should change your lifestyle to reflect like what I do. That's crazy. You're not me. Why would you do what I do? But I will say this. If something does not bring you peace, then more than likely you're not necessarily the person that's supposed to do it. So like, for example, I got the best husband in the world. No, y'all can't have him. He's mine. And even if you had him, you'd be like, this isn't exactly what I thought it would be. You know why? Because you weren't meant for him. That was a shout out to all the ladies that like to try to date married men and all that kind of foolishness. Or you thinking about, oh, this married man, he just looks so lovely. Girl, some woman put years of training into that man. I hate to say training, but she put years of investment in that man. That man is the way that he is because that man and that woman were together, not you. Okay. So anyway, moving on. Let me get out of that. Okay. So anyway, I got the best husband in the world because he saw that the child wasn't feeling well. What did he do? I was in my jammies. He said he came in, he put his little jersey shorts on and said, I'm taking baby boy to the doctor. And I was like, okay, you need me to do anything? He said, no. He got his keys. He got his child. He left. That was it. So for a moment, the enemy kind of messed with me like, oh, you're not a good mom. You didn't put on your super suit and go run and rescue and handle and da-da-da-da. He got a daddy. He has a daddy. Okay. No disrespect to anybody whose husband, baby daddy, whatever you want to call him, is not in your house. That's neither here nor there. I'm just saying that this man got up, handled his business this morning. And then, when I asked him what you need me to do, he was like, nothing. So what that did for me was I didn't have to try to do a million things in 1 minute, because it literally would have had to been in 1 minute. I didn't have to run around finding keys and closing windows and turn it on and turn it off and all this other stuff. I didn't have to do any of that. It freed me to think about other things. So I was like, well, okay, I can keep up with him on the phone. I know I can contact, communicate, whatever. So that's what I did. I was just like, babe, just keep me posted and let me know. So what did I do? I did what I do. I prayed. And then I let it go. Because if you keep praying and praying, sometimes you're not praying, you're worrying. And when you're worrying, you're not allowing God to do what he does. So I said, okay, well, my husband went and did this with baby boy. What would be nice when they come back home? Oh, a hot meal would be nice, because I figured they hadn't had breakfast. They left at like 7:30, 7:40. And usually baby boy and his big brother don't leave until like 8. So I knew they hadn't eaten. So I was like, ooh, I know it'd be nice. That would be nice when I got home from some drama, some food. Right? And a clean house. So that's what I did. Picked up put dishes away, because he don't like to do that. I don't understand this man. He likes to wash dishes but don't want to put them away, which is cool because I like to put away dishes but don't like to wash them. Okay, see how we perfect? See how nobody else has any place all up in this? So anyway, moving on. So I ran some errands, threw some stuff in the crock pot, finished twisting my hair. See, my hair was twisted this morning. It's trying to do some stuff. I see that little light gap right there. It's just because my hair is twisted. I ain't pinning this part down. It's like little twisties. Anyway, so when they got back, they had all the stuff that they needed. Yeah, they had all their stuff. That I'll tell you about some other stuff that I bought in another video because it has nothing to do with this. But he came back and he told me what was going on with baby boy, and it come to find out, part of it is just the fact that he's a little boy. This little boy has been given a bicycle by a neighbor. God bless our neighbors, because they are the best neighbors ever. We literally cried when one of them had to leave. I was so mad with them that they left, but I was like, you little bad guys, so I'm just gonna have to get over it. It took me about a month, because that's just how good neighbors they were. You know, the kind that stay out your business, but then when something go wrong, they let you know what's up. You know, your garage door open, stuff like that. Good people, good solid Christian folk. Yay. So anyway, Lord, I think I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Oh, anyway, so baby boy and our daughter they were given bikes by one of our neighbors, but they were girl bikes. And so my son, being a joiner man, he ain't putting up with that. So, because I had made a deal with him, I was like, look, I'll buy you a new bike when I can sell your old bike. For some reason, nobody wanted to buy bikes around here. I'm putting them up for like $25 for a decent bike. No takers. $20, no takers. $15, no takers. Child, I threw the bike away, then somebody wanna. Yeah, and yes, I did throw the bike away. I put it outside by the can or on the side of the house or something. My oldest son and my husband thought I meant to throw the bike away. I didn't really. I just set it there for some other weird purpose. I don't know. Anyway, Trash Man has it now. But so baby boy was given a new bike, or given a bike, and it was a cool bike. So this little young man takes it upon himself. He's going to take mommy's spray paint in the garage and spray paint the bike, which is not a problem if you open a garage. You see where I'm going with this? This joke. He keeps sneaking in the garage, spray painting a little bit, and then he'll wait like a day or so or something. Well, apparently this past week, I think he said it was this last Wednesday, he went out there and was spray painting everything, child. He just shh. And because he's so slick with it, the only time I would notice is when I went to work. Well, I only go to work certain days out of the week. So it wasn't like this is an everyday. I'm not out there in the garage every day like that. So when I finally saw him, like, dude, why is all these drips of black paint in the garage? What do y'all do? Stop spray painting in the garage. So my husband, he can't do spray paint. Something about the fumes. That joke would be about to pass out. So it's not good to laugh at your husband, but it's just funny the way he describes his own personal trauma. So maybe, I think, maybe my son has a little bit of that too, because when he went to the doctor said, well, one, it is not asthma. If those of y'all that know from my personal Facebook page, I love y'all. Don't ask to be my friend if I don't actually know you. And people get a little salty about that. I'm not sure why, but if I don't actually know you, I don't connect with you on my personal Facebook page. It's supposed to be for friends and family, right? So if I don't know you, I don't connect with you on that page. But I have this page, I have my blog, I have my jewelry lady business page. So if you want to contact me about something regarding that, then you contact me via those channels. That's what I put it there for. So anyway, yeah, because the lady she got really upset. I'm like, maybe you shouldn't be connected with me anyway, because you're not going to disrupt my peace with your crazy antics. So anyway, but yeah, so I put up on my personal page, I think in 2015, that his school had like been harassing us with all of this paperwork, talking about you need to send information about your son's asthma. I was like, dude, I ain't had a flare up in like 2, 3, 4 years. Hey, sweetie. Hey, honey. I said you liking my stuff. Hey, baby. How you doing? Ooh, I got something for you later. Anyway. Sorry, that was my husband. So, he done made me lose my train of thought. That's how you know you in love with somebody. They messed your game all up. I'm like, now I just want to go back there and give him some kisses on his face. But anyway, so, let me see if I can get my train of thought back. I hate when he does that. Ever since we met, I'll be all into something and he can just whisk me away with just his presence. That's another story. Anyway, what was I talking about? He really done messed up my post now. This is terrible. Anyway, my son, they tried to, he was diagnosed with asthma years ago. They said something like he was allergic to English walnuts, but he had the prick test. Oh God, it was awful. But it wasn't accurate because, for one thing, he is so incredibly strong. It took, 4 people. It was 2 nurses, the doctor, and myself that actually had to hold him down so that he could, so that they could do the needle test in his back. And this joker was so strong and was so upset that his back was sweating. All the numbers ran down, and they still don't know what the child is quote unquote allergic to. So anyway, so it was like in 2015, the school was all upset because they were like, we don't have any medical information on file about your child, and legal blah blah blah, and hazardous blah blah blah, and liability blah blah blah. You know, and of course we're not worried because we like dude is already healed in Jesus' name, so we're not sweating that. He's never, you know, he hasn't had a flare up in years. But of course, they wanted us to have this paperwork filled out by the doctor. So we respected their wishes, took him to the doctor. Doctor completely gave him a clean bill of health. Absolutely no swelling, no asthmatic, nothing. Okay. Charlie went back eating English walnuts. We started giving them to him and nothing. So when my husband took him to the doctor this morning, they were like, well, it could have been any number of things. So between the doctor and the pharmacist, this is what we found out. And this is what I also wanted to tell y'all. And again, this is from a doctor and a pharmacist. This is not from me. I'm not in the medical field. I teach math. So I can tell you the percentage of how many people fell out or something like that from not paying attention to what the doctor said. That's not the same thing. But they said that basically it was something that he inhaled. It was not something that he ate. So it wasn't an allergic reaction by something he ate, which is what he had experienced previously. Okay, so when they did the little needle test and all that stuff, it was, I think they just did food allergies. I don't even know if they did grass and weeds and I don't know, squirrels or whatever. I don't know, whatever. So they said it could have been a flare-up from any number of things that he inhaled. So I was sitting, you know, so me and my husband sitting, what in the world did child inhale? We're like, Bubba, what? That's not my son's name. Bubba, what have you been doing? So we backtracked and come to find out, first, a week ago, almost to the day, brother went into the garage, did not open the garage, and proceeds to spray paint his bike. We do not know how long he was in there. Don't know. Okay. And he wasn't coming up off any information. I swear this boy, he could probably work for the FBI because he ain't telling nothing. He ain't telling you anything that you feel like you need to know. He gonna tell you what he wants you to know. So I'm like, okay, I guess he's gonna work in the CIA. He wants to be a paleontologist, but we'll see. Okay, so that was one, right? Second was we went out of town to a completely different climate. The other thing was this past week, the weather changed because remember it was hot as then it's like in the mid-upper 80s. Well, not even the mid-upper 80s. It's like mid-lower 80s this week. So there was that climate change. And then there was something else a little joker did. Oh, we changed laundry detergent. So we used to use Purex, the clear kind, because it has like no allergens, no nothing in it. And my husband, I just noticed he bought something called like Tahitian Breeze or something. It does smell lovely. But from what the pharmacist and the doctor said, it could have been just him having inhaled all those different things, experiencing all those different changes in climate, changes in weather and all that kind of stuff that what do I want to call it? Snowballed, as they said. And then also they said that just because he encountered it on a particular day doesn't mean that it's going to reveal itself that particular day. So from all those years that we had trouble with him having asthma problems, it makes complete sense, because it would take a long, we couldn't figure out what was triggering, you know, the asthma attacks. What we ended up figuring out was it was when it rained. Whenever it rained, Bubba would have just a complete flare up. It was ugly. And it usually wouldn't be until a day to 3 days after. Then he would take music. I think I need a nap. Yeah, I need a nap. He would take medicine, and then it would take the medicine 3 days to work. So, but baby boy is fine. What we ended up doing this morning was he took a hot shower again. I think that made like his third shower in 12 hours, third hot shower. And like, yeah, in 12 hours. So that opened him up a little bit. We gave him like a cough drop to kind of decongest, because he's still sounding snotty. He's starting to sound snotty because he started out with like this tight cough. Then it went to a barking cough. Then it went to a juicy cough. So once we get to the juicy cough, we know what to do with that. We're going to hit you with some medicine. And then also some milk. I know that might sound odd, but this is just my child and how his body works. When he starts getting that juicy, nasty cough, child, we give him like a half a cup of milk. And it's going to sound gross, but it works. He pukes up the mucus that is causing that juicy, nasty cough. Of course, you know, every doctor in the world is going to tell you, don't give your child milk when they got a juicy cough because it causes more mucus. Maybe in everybody else, but my child is my child. And we've been there, done that for years. So we know what Bubba needs as far as that. And he pukes it up. It's always just, for the most part, yeah, it's almost always been just mucus, unless it was something that really was turning on his stomach anyway. All the mucus will come out. Child, he good as new. He gone playing and everything and tearing stuff up and Lego and Minecraft and whatever else the little joker does, you know, back to his little boy self. So, but yeah, I just wanted to come on and say, thank y'all for your prayers. I mean, I got so many text messages and all this other stuff, giving your support and lending your prayers. And I really, 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 really appreciate that. And it's funny because there are times that I just think about, you know, the people who might view these videos, and I stop and I say a prayer for them. And you just never know when your seeds that you sowed for someone else come back and reap a harvest for you. So I'm really grateful that you guys took time to pray for him and to pray for me. I just want to give a shout out to Keisha, and she knows why. She sent me this. She sent me a text, y'all. Talk about me and this eyebrow. She was like, girl, you were like, the eyebrow was up, and you were like, you were not moved. I was like, yeah, exactly, because I was not. We had purposed in our minds this morning that it was done. You know, I felt like the enemy was trying to get us to say, confess, agree with him that the healing that God had performed, that Jesus had died on the cross for, shed his blood for, and all that good stuff for, had been reneged on. And I was like, oh no, sir, I don't know who you think you're talking to. I'm not, you know, not that chick. If God did something for me, he did it, and it will not be removed unless he does it, not because of what you say and because of what little shenanigans you try to pull up in here. So, the one thing that we did do, I know my husband did give him some kind of medicine. It was like some cold medicine or something, because like I said, he had that juicy cough. It didn't help at all. But one thing that we did do was we talked to our son. I talked to my son about communion this morning and the power of communion. And so I didn't take communion with him in a physical, natural sense. But what I explained to him was, you know, for one, we take communion whenever we feel that it's needed. Communion is just a reminder of what Jesus has already done for you. So usually once you take communion, you get back in your right mind, because you're like, okay, I take the, you know, and I'll, you know what, let me go ahead and walk y'all through it. This is how we do it up in the Joyner house. Okay, so even when I don't have any, you know, everybody's like, oh, you got to have a grape juice, and you got to have, or you got to have the wine, or you got to have the, you got to have bread or a special type of bread. Stop it. Stop it. You actually don't have to have anything. There's been instances where I was completely under spiritual attack, and you know when you are, because you're just having issues. You can't get from under this thing, and it's just bothering you. But what I do is, and this is what I did with my son this morning. Now, I gave him some bread, and I gave him a little, I do it despite the devil. I take those little measuring cups that they give you with medicine. I'm like, okay, devil, I got your medicine right here. So we take communion with the medicine cups. And so I gave him some kind of whole wheat tortilla bread. What you call them things? The wrappy things? It's some type of tortilla wrap. It's like whole grain or something. It's really ugly. It tastes pretty good. But I gave him a little piece of that. And then, y'all gonna laugh. He took communion with sweet tea this morning because I don't even know if we had any juice. I didn't care. I've taken communion with water and a little crust of some bread, like the end part that nobody wants to eat. That is not the point of communion. It's not the point of what you take it with. The point is that you are acknowledging to God what Jesus has already sacrificed and done for you. That's really all it is. Okay. So I'll be in the car some days feeling some kind of, you know how you feel like, and you like, you know what, Lord, I need to connect with you for a bit because this isn't working. So I remember saying, you know, Lord, I may not have the physical tools for communion right now, but in the name of Jesus, I thank you that I spiritually take this bread that represents his body that was broken for me. His body was broken so that my body is not broken in any way. It is healed. It is whole. It is complete. It is in you in Jesus' name. And then you take the bread and you eat. Or you don't, if you don't have the bread, you don't take anything. Move on to the next part. The next part is the juice, wine, whatever you use or don't use. I take this this juice, which represents the blood of Jesus. The blood of Jesus covered all my sins, past, present, and future. He died for me so that and was sacrificed for me so that there will be no distance between me and God. God is not upset with me. He is not holding anything against me. He is not withholding anything from me. As Jesus is, so am I in this world. We take this juice, whatever it is, knock it back. And we thank God for everything that he's done. And then by that time, your mind is renewed. Okay. And even if your circumstances have not changed, your mind has changed. And that's even more important than your circumstance being changed. Because your mind, oh my gosh, you know how it is. You can go deal with a circumstance and be in a stank, funky mood. It doesn't matter what anybody does. It's not good enough, or it's not changing anything. When you change your attitude about a thing, child, I can't tell you nothing. And everybody's like, oh, I'm so sick of this mess at work. And you like, I work here and I thank God and I'm just here to be a blessing and I'm keeping it moving. And everybody like, what's going on with so and so? Oh, well, girl. And you start uplifting other people. Okay. So I just wanted to come on and let you guys know what happened, because I try not to leave y'all hanging. And y'all gotta hold me accountable for that, because some days I'll be like, ugh, I forgot to tell them XYZ. Like I didn't forget that Chinese chicken video that I promised y'all. I just haven't bought it anymore, and it really was good. Y'all need to go get that from Aldi. It is really good. Oh my God, it's so good. Get the chicken and the what is it? Rice, chicken and rice, lo mein? No, what's it called? Fried rice, something like that. Anyway, it's in a bag in Aldi. It's like $4.29, something like that. Go and get you some, child. I might not ever do the end of that post just because it's taking me that long to go back and buy the stuff. Yeah, but anyway, I just wanted to let you know what happened. Baby boy is great, and as a matter of fact, we since he was not feeling well at first, and then he came home and he was fine, we came in here and worked on some math, child, which he needed that. He needed that so bad. He needed it so bad. So, but now his self-confidence has gone up because now he knows what little math rules he needs to use. He ate some of his favorite fried chicken, because we don't have fried chicken that much. Maybe 4 or 5 times a month. Yeah. I think I'm fluffy from stress. I don't even think it's because of my eating habits anymore. So I'm like, I don't eat enough to be fat. I don't eat enough fat stuff to be fat like that. I do love a good cheeseburger with bacon though. Ooh, child, let me tell you. But that don't mean I eat a lot. So anyway, whenever situations arise, just really seek God for his perspective on it. Don't seek the world's perspective. Don't be moved. Just don't. Just don't. I mean, dang. Focus on something good. Focus on something that will not only lift you up, but will lift somebody else up. Go sit and read your word. Go sit and listen to a really good message. Sing to yourself, hum to yourself, go hug somebody, go plant a plant. Do something that is going to uplift you or uplift somebody else. That will get you out of your funk so fast, I'm telling you. And when the enemy sees that you're rooted and grounded, he gonna have to leave for a little while, get himself together, and then go try something else. But then you're gonna be that much more fortified in who God is. And it's not going to take you under. God has already made us overcomers. He already has. So you need to walk in what you already are. Don't agree with what the world says. They'll have you all over the place, child. So just be rooted and grounded. Be at peace. And yeah, that's it. Tell Jesus thank you. All right, guys. So I don't know how long this video is because they don't show you at the bottom until you're finished. So I hope it wasn't too long. But anyway. Have a great day, and I'll be back talking to you again soon about something else crazy. All right, bye.